Hello everyone and welcome to Camping with Lenny. In this episode, leaving your tech at home. This episode is brought to you by me, Camping with Lenny. Help me create great content by supporting this podcast by buying me a cup of coffee at buymeacoffee.com/campinglenny. Thanks for your support. Leaving your tech at home is not about leaving everything at home and completely unplugging yourself while camping. It's all about just minimizing the tech that you're planning to bring with you when you go camping. Here's a great example. When I go camping, sometimes I do need to work during when I get there because I leave noon, for example. Leave at noon. I have to be there for a certain time. I still have to work, or if there's an emergency, or if I'm on call, those kind of things. I do need to bring tech with me to do those things. But if you're planning to go on a camping adventure and you don't need to work or not on call or anything like that, think about minimizing your tech. Not about getting rid of your tech, leaving your phone in the car, not bring anything that's like can disrupt your camping experience, but just minimizing it. Right? Here's a good example here. When I go on camping trips, sometimes I do need to bring my laptop with me, right? So I bring it with me, but I don't turn it on because I'm on a small, tiny camping vacation, right? So I have it with me just in case. But if I go camping, I don't have to worry about work or anything like that. The only thing I bring with me is my podcasting equipment and my phone. I don't bring tablets, I don't bring laptops, I don't bring anything else. Oh, and I bring a radio just to listen to music and all that good stuff. I try to avoid using my phone as much as possible, especially data is involved. My rule of thumb is if I need to connect to the internet, I'm too much dependent on my devices while camping. So I have a radio, this simple AM/FM radio that I use. I just put it in the corner, listen to radio music, because sometimes there's an emergency, so you can actually listen to it. Those kind of things, right? I also try to avoid getting a campsite that has power in it. The reason why I do that is because you will have a tendency to bring devices that requires power. If you do that, you're tempted to bring devices like an iPad or a computer or anything that you need to consume, that you have media to watch with, right? I try to avoid that as much as possible. But with that said, I try to minimize my equipment, my tech, so I download the movies on my phone and watch it there. Right? Again, that helps minimizes the amount of stuff I need to bring. It's all about moderation, in my opinion, and the purpose of going camping is to unplug yourself, but not to unplug in a way that you're cutting yourself off from devices that keeps you safe. For example, a cell phone, right? But the goal is to unplug yourself in a safe manner that if there's an emergency, they can't find you. Right, so just keep that in mind because for me, camping is very, very. It's for me, it's like one with nature, but with an asterisk in it, with a caveat in it. I want to be one with nature, but at the same time, I don't want to go caveman style camping. You know what I mean? I still need my tech. You still need your phone for emergency. If you're a content creator like myself, you don't need your equipment to record your podcast or record your vlog or anything like that. So you still need those, but try to minimize it because it will give you a better feel, a better understanding, or a better relaxation. Right, the goal is to be relaxed, right? So, for me, equipment is necessity to go camping, but at the same time, you don't need it. So, I'll tell you guys my camping equipment, my technology that I take with me camping, aside from my podcasting equipment. Okay, then after that, I'll let you know what kind of podcasting equipment that I bring with me, just to make it easier for me, right? So aside without the podcasting equipment, I bring a phone, a jackery, because I make sure that I only have enough power to run my CPAP machine and to charge my phone, and that's it. That's the only tech that I bring with me. Oh, sorry, and a radio. Sorry, I keep forgetting about the radio. A little transistor radio. So that's the only tech that I bring with me. But for camping, for the podcasting equipment, last year I went a little crazy regarding the equipment that I bring with me. But this year, I'm literally just going to bring a recorder. A simple recorder that I'll be recording my podcast on. No more big setup or anything like that. Because again, it's I spend more time dealing with the setup of my podcast during camping instead of enjoying it. So I am going into a minimalist style podcasting equipment going into this camping season. So that's just a recorder, a simple recorder. So that's the deal. That's my goal for tech, right? Before I started podcasting, even before I started making this as a thing, my tech that I bring with me is my iPad, my phone, and cameras, because I was a photographer back then before the pandemic. So I had like camera gear with me, taking photos. I had a GoPro with me. It comes to the point that it was just too much. It was just so much that I'm bringing with me that it comes to the point that it's no fun anymore, right? So when I started the camping with Lenny, my goal is to be minimalist as much as possible, but at the same time be comfortable, right? Glamping, but not really glamping. Well, actually going to have a special, not a special, but another episode talk about the difference between glamping and car camping and backcountry camping, because some people are kind of confusing which one is what. So, but that's going to be a future episode. Actually, probably in the next couple of weeks, actually. Let's just say that we'll just make it in the next couple of weeks. I'll make a definition for all three, and then let's see if we can actually have a proper debate on that one. But let's just go back to the tech here. Yeah, my goal is just to minimize it. And back then, it was just a lot of equipment, and now I'm just trying to minimize it. And I've been trying to figure out how to bring my bigger setup of podcasting, like what I have now. I have a broadcast quality microphone with my interface connected to my computer, and I've been experimenting to do the recording into my phone itself, so I don't have to worry about bringing a laptop with me, but I just have to bring my broadcast quality microphone, my EV microphone. But it's just it's just going to be a lot of experimenting to try to get that sorted out, because it's sort of like almost a mantra of like, leave your tech at home, right? And if you're first time campers, I don't blame you to bring whatever you need to bring for your camping trip, right? If you have kids, I don't blame you to bring iPads with you and could going to a powered site so you can charge all those devices. I have no problems with any of that, but try to minimize the tech as much as possible. Or if you do decide to bring the tech with you, consider only using it at night, for example. During the day, you can go hiking, you can go to the beach, for example, those kind of things, and just be present on that day, right? And use the tech at night, because it's sometimes people just don't like being at dark, right? So yeah, just if you can't help bringing your tech, but at least minimize the use of it, right? But try to. The only suggestion I can give you guys and an advice going for your next camping trip is to minimize your tech. Don't leave everything, but just minimize your tech going camping, and just enjoy the moment of you being present in the outdoors, especially with your friends and family around you. Just be and just have fun, right? And try not to look at your phones while camping, right? And that will give you a better idea of like, oh wow, this is actually pretty cool. I don't need to worry about my phone. I can just leave it in a car or leave it in a tent and not look at it. If I'm getting bored, read a book, right? Read a physical book. Don't read it through your phone because you will tempted to look at your emails, look at the social media and all that good stuff. But read a book, because that will give you a better understanding and the feel of being part of nature, right? And yeah, it's a wonderful experience. It's a wonderful feel. I'm gonna give you another story here. I brought my niece camping for the first time last year, and you know what she did? She brought 3 books with her for a 4 days, 3 night camping trip. 3 books. And she's been to cottage trips and all that stuff. So she's sort of aware what camping is all about and being outdoors. So she it's kind of funny though, because I purposely made sure that the campsite that we go to has a dead spot of cell. So in other words, you can call people, but you can't have data, right? So I purposely made sure that actually happens. But what really makes my the whole trip is she made a comment that where can I plug in my phone and why am I having trouble getting data? I was like, well, Missy, welcome to wilderness, but not really. The goal for you is to enjoy being outside and not worry about tech. It's kind of funny though, because she was trying to record it like a Snapchat thing to send to her friends, but she was just having trouble connecting to the internet. So I was like, yeah, my thing is done. Like, I literally made sure that, and I was just smiling. I was like, yeah, I forgot to tell you there's a dead spot. But she ended up reverting to reading all her books. She read all her books, and she started when she got there. She didn't finish until like I think the 3rd day, and she came out of her tent and literally told me, "It's like, yeah, I finished my book," and I was like, "Okay, that's good. So what are we gonna do now?" I was like, "I don't know. What can I do? Can we go hiking? Can we go for a walk? Can we do this?" I'm like, we can do all that for the past like 2 days, right? So, so she ended up enjoying herself. She learned how to start a fire in a fire pit properly. She was barbecuing. She was spending time with her mom, because she came with us, including my parents as well too. So she came down and just had fun and just to experience camping for what it is. And to be honest with you, the first 2 days, 2 nights was a little rough because she just didn't like it. She accepted it. But at the end, she totally enjoyed it. She loved it. She was bragging about it to her friends. She was telling her cousins. She was just having so much fun with it. And if I invite her again to go camping, she'll definitely say yes. But yeah, she brought her iPad with her, her phone, her everything. And at the end, she realized that all this technology around her, she doesn't really need. She can survive without it for at least 2 days, and no internet. And it was just nice to see that that's actually happening. But yeah. So the moral story is this: don't leave your tech at home, but minimize it. Because for you to leave your tech at home, if there's an emergency, you will shoot your foot. You will shoot your foot, and you're not gonna have fun. But at least minimize it. Minimize it as much as possible. And if the only tech that you decide to bring with you is phone and headphones, your phone and headphones, that's perfect. That's perfect. Just download whatever you need and just have it there. But try to use your phone at night, not during the day. Just do other things during the day. Go hiking, go walking, explore, chop wood. I don't know. But Yeah, just minimize your tech. Don't leave everything. Just minimize it, and enjoy. Have fun. If you want to bring a camera and take photos, use your like a physical camera. Use it. Don't use your phone, because again, the goal is to minimize your temptation to check your social media or your emails or anything like that. Just have fun, and to do that, minimize your tech. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. If you like what you're hearing, consider supporting this podcast by buying me a cup of coffee. Link in the description. You can also visit campingwithlenny.com. There you can find other episodes and links that can help you on your next camping adventures. Thanks again.